And what the Jewish religion, it's problematic.
Well, Nick Fuentes is back at it again, spreading lies about the Jewish people, what they believe, and how they hate people who are not Jewish.
That's why I say you have to evaluate the different systems.
Yeah.
And say that in their system, what is their system based upon? Their
And you're
system,
saying this religion. You're saying
100%, yes. And contrary even to what left-wing, because left-wing people say it's Zionism. I would say that Zionism obviously is inextricably connected to the Jewish religion. And what the Jewish religion, it's problematic. Well, Maimonides, they call him the Rambam, the greatest scholar of Jewish law. He said that every Jew should pray for the death of every Christian every day. And this is loaded up in the Talmud, it's loaded up in Kabbalah, which is the mystic tradition, which is this intense hatred and distrust, in particular of Christians, but of all non-Jews in general. They like that the Christian West is becoming atheist, because the sooner the Christian West becomes atheist, the sooner they will recognize the God of Israel and worship the Jews.
Recently, Nick Fuentes stated that the Jewish people pray every day for the death of every Christian. This is a Jewish prayer book. It includes the prayers that we recite every day. I have most of this memorized by heart, and there is absolutely nothing in this book that asks God to kill anybody. Not an enemy, not somebody who's not Jewish, nothing. In fact, the exact opposite. So I'll tell you exactly what the Jewish people want for the GOYIM of the world. The word Goy means nations, and it refers to the GOYIM. The GOYIM are the people of the world who are not Jewish. The Jewish people want every person, plant, rock, animal to fulfill its mission. We believe that if God creates something, it's for a purpose, and that thing is to come to this world and make the world a better place. The last thing we want is for God to be killing off things and killing people and destroying things. That's God's business.
He said that every Jew should pray for the death of every Christian every day.
We want, and God asks us to pray that we and everybody else fulfill their mission. It's a very simple request. And even if it's somebody you don't like, they also have a role in making this world a better place. And that's what we ask God to do. We ask God to help people succeed. We ask God to help us succeed. We ask God to help our families succeed. And we ask that everybody succeed. It is the Jewish belief that when the GOYIM are successful and they have health, wealth, and peace, they will help contribute to making the world a place where Jews can come and fulfill their mission as well. If GOYIM are not healthy, or GOYIM don't have wealth, and they don't have peace, and they don't have the things they need to be happy and survive and thrive, then the Jews are also at risk, because we are all here as a team serving God. The Jews serving God in one way, animals serving God in another way, plants serving God in their way, and inanimate objects serving God in their way. We do not pray for the death of anything. It's interesting that Nick Fuentes knows who the Rambam is.
Well, Maimonides, they call him the Rambam, the greatest scholar of Jewish law.
The fact that he knows who the Rambam is, and he knows how the Rambam has such a significant role in Jewish life, shows that he went through the trouble of understanding things and then took all that information for the purpose of trying to slander the Jewish people, which is a disgusting disgrace. In regards to hating and distrusting Christians, I'm sorry if it offends you, but we don't think about Christians or GOYIM at all in regards to their impact on our life, in regards to us needing from them. God needs from them because God created them, but we take from God. We don't take from GOYIM. We don't take from anybody. So the idea of us spending all day distrusting people or being fearful of people or having concern about, we don't live like that. We believe that everything for us comes from God. And I made a video previously about the concept of shituf. Shituf is the idea that God has empowered somebody or something to have influence. So, for example, there's no reason for us to distrust GOYIM or to be concerned about GOYIM because they have not been given any power by God to have any impact in our lives. That is the concept of shituf, and thus there's no need for us to worry or distrust people because they have no impact on our lives. In regards to wanting GOYIM to be atheist, in order for them to serve Jewish people, It is the furthest thing from the truth I've ever heard. Of all the things I've heard Nick Fuentes say, this is probably the most ridiculous thing. Jews would like for GOYIM to believe in one God, the Noahide laws. There are 7 laws for all of humanity. And we would like, if we had a say in the matter, we would like it for GOYIM to believe in the 7 Noahide laws and not to observe any other belief. In other words, not to believe that there's idols or not to believe that in any other thing other than those 7 laws. And no, we do not want the GOYIM to worship us. Why would we want there to be idol worship? If a non-Jew bows or puts his trust in a Jew, it's the exact opposite. The first commandment is to believe in God, and the second commandment is not to have idols. So, to answer Nick Fuentes' ridiculous statement, we are not praying for GOYIM to become atheists.
They like that the Christian West is becoming atheist, because the sooner the Christian West becomes atheist, the sooner they will recognize the God of Israel and worship the Jews.
We want GOYIM to believe in God, in one God. We want them to believe in one power, however they view that. And that's fine, and it's none of our business. And for sure, we do not want GOYIM to worship us. So at the end of the day, we see again how Nick Fuentes uses his brilliant mind, his unbelievable ability to be articulate and a clear communicator, and he takes all of that ability and he takes it into the garbage to slander people, to make up lies and create hatred towards a people that have contributed tremendously to the world and to his life as well. Think about it. If there was no internet, if there were no doctors and lawyers and all the other things, all the other roles that Jews play in this world, what kind of life would there be for Americans? What kind of life would there be for Nick Fuentes? Is it really such a good idea to slander them over and over and over with things that don't make any sense? They don't make sense and they're not true. Before Nick Fuentes gets the urge to slander the Jewish people and take some information and turn it into a lie, which the Gemara, the Talmud says that when a person wants to lie, they take the truth and then they spin it in any direction that they want, which is exactly what he did in regards to what the Jews pray for and what he claims the Jews are afraid of or distrust, or what the Jews want from the GOYIM. It's all the same theme with him. He takes a little bit of truth and then he spins it and twists it to say something different. But the next time he has the urge to slander the Jewish people and what they do and what they believe in and what God wants from them, he should remember that he should really be grateful and thankful that the Jewish people are in this world contributing in the way that they're contributing, whether it be as professionals, as doctors, as lawyers, as inventors, as business owners. He should have tremendous respect and gratefulness for what the Jews have contributed, and he should get out of the way.